for this, you're just gonna need a dowel rod, whatever size for your project, but this is just for practice. And then I just had some scrap rope and I just use this. This one is 4mm cotton rope, and then I do have ones that are a little bit smaller. This one's about 3mm, even though I think it might be a little smaller than that. So yeah, whatever rope you want, and then just something to secure it on. And then I usually either hang it up on a wall, a clipboard, or for this I usually kind of use the clipboard on the top to secure it. And that is all you will need. So first off, we're gonna start with the lark's head knot, and we're gonna attach it to this dowel rod. So usually I'm just gonna place it on a surface that it won't roll away. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take some rope. I just used some scrap rope that I had lying around, so it doesn't matter what length it is. You're gonna match up these two ends together, and then you're gonna go over the dowel rod, and then you're gonna push the two ends through the loop, and then you're gonna pull it all the way up to the top so that it's nice and tight. And then for a reverse lark's head knot, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna match up the ends so that the rope is even. And then this time you're gonna go under the dowel rod and then over, grabbing the two ends and pulling through. And then that is the regular lark's head knot, and then you have the reverse lark's head knot. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the square knot. So you're gonna want 2 strands of rope attached with lark's head knots on the top, just to get started. Then we're gonna go ahead and with this rope on the farthest right, we're gonna go ahead and make a P and just kind of cross it over the top. And then you're gonna go ahead and take this outside left rope, and it's gonna go behind, and it's gonna come through that P that we had just made, and you're just gonna leave the end out. And then over here, it now made like a little 4, and you're gonna push that rope down through that. So now we see that they're kind of crossed over each other, and then you're gonna go ahead and pull that all the way up to the top. Okay, and then to complete the square knot, we have to do it again, but reversed. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this outside right rope, and we're gonna go underneath. Then we're gonna take this rope and we're gonna go over the top, and we're gonna go through that loop we just created. And then we're gonna take this rope and we're gonna go up and through, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull it all the way up to the top. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then if you can see, it kind of makes a little V, and then that's how you know that you made your square knot correctly. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a few more. So this right side is gonna go over, this piece is gonna go behind, and then go through that loop. This piece is gonna go through that loop that you created, pull all the way up to the top. Okay, and now this side is gonna go underneath. This one is gonna go over. So we're gonna pull that through, and then you're gonna pull all the way up to the top. One more time. Over, outside goes under. This one's gonna go through this side, and then you're gonna pull all the way up. And the shorter the rope gets, the harder this is gonna be to do. So you always wanna make sure that you have enough rope for the project that you're creating. And then pull tight. And that is the square knot. Okay, so now we're gonna do a version of the square knot, but we're gonna do it so that it spirals. So we're actually just gonna do one side of the square knot all the way down until we get the spiral that we want. So same thing, you're gonna go and you're gonna go ahead and make that P on the right side. Then you're gonna go under and pull that through that side. This piece is gonna get pushed through. Okay, and then you're gonna pull all the way up to the top. And then in a normal square knot, we would switch and do this side, but we're just gonna do the same thing over and over again so we can get that spiral. So it's gonna be just continuing on this side. So we're gonna go over again. This one's gonna go under and it's gonna go through that loop. This one's gonna go down and through that loop. We're gonna pull all the way up to the top. Same thing. And then it's gonna start to twist. So you can kind of turn your work. Yeah, the shorter the rope, the harder it's gonna get because these ends are not gonna wanna go through the loop as easily just because they're so short. So this will probably be the last knot in this row. And then you always wanna make sure it's nice and tight. And then that just kind of created the little spiral we have. And you could continue that down for as far as you want it to go. Okay, so now we're gonna do just a straight across clove hitch knot. And so what you're gonna wanna do, we're gonna go from left to right for this first one. So we're gonna take the farthest left strand and we're gonna kind of place it where we want it. So we wanna go straight across this way. So we're gonna take that second strand, you're gonna go over, and then you're gonna pull through this loop all the way up to the top. And you're gonna wanna do one more to complete the knot. Okay, and then you're gonna go to that next one. You're gonna go over, then you're gonna go through, and you always wanna make sure you're pulling this rope and not your working rope. Okay, one more. And like, for this one, you just kind of want to place it where you want it. So later I'll show you how to do it at a diagonal, but for now we just want to go straight across. Push that so it's nice and tight on the top. Okay, again, we're going to go over, then we're going to pull it through. And then one more time. And then we're on our last rope, so we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, last time. Okay, so then that is one row going straight across of the clove hitch knots. And then I am using a 4mm macrame rope, so it's kind of thick, so you can really see it. I feel like these knots look best on a thinner rope just because they're not as thick. And then, okay, so if we wanted to go at a diagonal for this, this is now our farthest outside rope. Okay, so we're gonna wanna kind of come down this way. So we're gonna take the rope next to it, we're gonna go over, kind of place it where we want to, over, okay, and then go to the next one, over, and we're gonna kind of space it out where we want it. Okay, and then you always want to make sure you pull tight so that it's nice and secure. Okay, over. And you want to make sure you're pulling this rope, you're not pulling this rope. Last one. Okay, and then that is the clove hitch knot at a diagonal. Okay, so now we're gonna learn how to make the diamond pattern. So what you're gonna do is, I usually like having a odd number of rope. So for this, we're just gonna do 3 pieces of rope attached with a lark's head knot on the top. And then we're gonna create our diamond. So we're gonna take this inside rope. This is gonna be our rope that creates that little slant. So we're gonna take this rope, you're gonna go over with that second rope, creating a knot on your working rope. Pull that. Okay, and then you're gonna move on to that second one. And then make sure it's nice and tight so that it is secure. Okay, so then that left side is done. Then we're gonna take the other center rope from that middle lark's head knot, and then we're gonna take this rope, we're gonna go over, and then we're gonna pull through. Okay, we're gonna go over, then we're gonna pull through. Okay, and then one more rope, over, pull through, over, and pull through. Okay, so now we have the top of our little diamond. It's up to you if you want to put a square knot in the middle. I usually like to because I feel like it makes a nice little design. So we're gonna go ahead and put 1 square knot in the middle of this diamond. And then we're not gonna pull it all the way up to the top because we want it to be in the center of the diamond. And then go ahead and do the reverse. And then pull it tight. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the bottom half of our diamond. So this rope, we're still gonna use it as our working rope, and we're gonna go back down this way. So we're gonna cross this over our other ropes. We're gonna do the clove hitch knot. Do 1, and then 1 more to secure it, and pull that tight. And that's gonna kind of give us that little bend. Okay, then we move on to that second rope. We're gonna go over it, and then we're gonna pull it through the loop that we created. Okay, 1 more. Okay, and then we're gonna leave it right there because we're gonna leave it, we're in the center of our square knot. So we have 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So now we're gonna go over to this side. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put this in the direction that we want it to go, and then we're gonna go take this second rope next to it, we're gonna go over, and then pull it through that loop. Okay, and then move on to our next rope, over and pull it through the loop, making sure that it's nice and tight. Okay, so now we have our 2 centers of our diamond. So to join these, you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna do another clove hitch knot. It doesn't matter if you do it from this direction or this direction. If you're doing a big pattern, I suggest doing the same direction on every diamond that you create. So for this one, I'm gonna use this one as my working rope, and this is the direction I want to go. So I'm gonna take this one, we're gonna go over through the loop, and then you're gonna pull it nice and tight, and you're just gonna do 1 more. Okay, and then you can kind of like mold the shape a little bit how you want it for your diamond. But that is it for the diamond pattern with the square knot in the center.